Behold, my 1997 Boysenberry Metallic Ford Probe GT. Now, you might remember I bought this car a few months back at auction for the measly sum of $300. And it was $300 for a reason, because it was overheating, it was leaking coolant like crazy. But I got it running. It's got a new water pump, it's got a new thermostat, it's got a new timing belt. It's actually running pretty well right now. But that doesn't mean there aren't still a few issues with this vehicle. So one of the more noticeable things wrong with the car is that there's a pretty significant clunk coming from the rear end, and I'm fairly certain that's a sway bar end link. Apparently those are known to go bad in these cars, and I'm pretty sure that's the problem here. Also, the car's got the check engine light on that I haven't been able to sort out. There's a tear in that air intake boot, which is causing the car to stall. I put some tape around it just to kind of do a quick fix, but that's still an issue. The ABS light is still on. Now, it runs great. It actually runs really well. So I could probably just start driving it and just sort of ignore everything else. But I do think I want to bring this car over to Sean's Auto Care, which is just down the street, and ask their mechanic Joe if he can take a look at the car and see what he finds. I'm a little bit worried that we're going to find a lot wrong with this vehicle because, you know, it seemed like it had some deferred maintenance. Okay, so let's get this over to the shop. Joe here is going to show me around and tell me all the other things that are wrong with it. I know it's kind of broken. It's really broken. You found quite a few things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to go around and find out what's wrong with this thing, other than the few things that I already fixed. So let's do it. I see something already. The benefit of having a lift. So this is Joe, and he's gonna show us all the stuff that's going on with this car.
Yeah, Ethan gave me the honors of going over this thing.
How has it been working on this car? Has it been all right?
It's been okay. I mean, I didn't do much except honestly look at it and like wipe a bunch of spider webs off of it. You can tell it's been sitting for a little bit because of the dust and the rust and stuff, but nothing too bad. But back here, I mean, immediately you can see that the sway bar link in the back here is ripped out. This is supposed to go into here. There's like a hole. If you look at that one, it's supposed to go into back here. Everything else besides the minor rust is decent. I mean, the bushings off of this seem like they're starting to separate from the metal housing itself, but that could just be deteriorating from the age.
Sure. But this end link here that's the clunk I've been hearing.
Yeah, this is definitely will make, you know, you definitely hear that while you drive.
And did that actually did a bolt just come out of it, or did it actually shear off?
So the bolt's in it, but like this pocket, it's supposed to be like a ball and socket type joint. It just popped out of it. So if I remove this nut off and remove this, I'd be able to like stick it back in there, and you'll see that that's how it's supposed to be working. But it's not. I don't know. Like it definitely like popped out. Then it went over like some sort of suspension, and it came back out, and then now it's not going to go back in until, well, you have to get new ones, but you have to undo this side as well to swing it out and put it back in the right way. Yeah, as far as the brake pads go, back here, they're like halfway done, but they seem old. I mean, you can see that like the brake rotor itself has been cleaning rust off of it as we've been moving it back and forth in the shop. The pads are getting like pretty old and stuff. Surprisingly, the tires are great. Did you get new tires?
No, those tires came with it.
The tires are great, in great shape. Got Yokohama 740 GTXs on it. I
figure whoever must have owned this right before me thought they were going to be driving it for a while, and then turns out no.
Yeah, they're pretty new. They're in great shape. There's nothing leaking as far as like the brake lines or like the shocks themselves. I mean, who knows? They're probably original shocks. We don't know that, but they're not leaking yet. Everything else seems in good order. As far as the exhaust is not completely rusted out or anything. The lines are in great shape. Most of the problems come down towards
right up here
towards the front of this. It's kind of really hard to pinpoint these leaks because it's leaking everywhere. I know for sure the power steering is leaking either from the pump or the hose or something. The bushings for the lower control arms here, they're not ripped completely out of like their sockets.
But they are cracked.
Yeah, they do need replacing, but you won't hear them like clunking around or anything. But they're definitely not doing the job they're supposed to be doing. The same thing goes for like the lower ball joints. It might be kind of hard to see, but like that's the boot for the lower ball joint coming apart there.
Yep.
There's no grease in there anymore. I mean, that one's completely gone as well. I don't know if the light is helping at all.
That's fine.
And it looks like somebody replaced the front shocks recently. I don't want to say recently, just like they're not original.
Yeah, they're not original. It could have been 15 years ago.
Yeah, it could have been, yeah. So we don't know that, but they're not the original ones for sure. We go back to the oil leaks and stuff. The oil pan is leaking, so is the drain plug. There is quite a bit of oil on the transmission as well, except it seems like it's not ATF. It might be coming from something above. Usually what we like to do is we like to repair the ones that are very, oil leaks that are very obvious first. Like the oil pan, the power steering pump needs to be addressed. Then what we do is we hose it down, we clean it, we give it a good degreasing, and then drive it for like another 100 miles or so. And then the oil starts to like come back and it's easier to pinpoint. In this case, like since
everything's covered.
It's everything, yeah. The clutch system still works, there's no like leaks in that. But if you pay attention, there's also a coolant leak here at the bottom of this T-joint right here. So what I usually fear is that since this T here is plastic that puts these three hoses together, sometimes they get weak over time. Usually what I recommend is replacing just the clamps with like warm gear clamps, get her like really nice and tight fit. But because it's plastic, I would see if you could hunt that piece down if like, you know, we were able to repair that in that regard.
Yeah.
This axle's also
that one's split.
Losing grease. You can see there's like a trail of grease.
And this one is split, right, too? I think.
This one is completely gone. Yeah, like this axle's completely shot. That's losing grease as well, which means that lubrication is not present.
Yes.
Friction, heat, you know, metal breaks at that point. Let's drop it.
Okay, cool. So we got a few issues under here as well. I know that for sure.
Yes. The valve covers are leaking. Oil, more oil leaks. Go figure.
Well, and then this engine makes that job fun because you have the intake right over the top.
I mean, the intake boot is also like covered in tape and stuff.
Yeah, and I did that because that was a quick fix to get it to not stall.
Okay. Is there a K&N under here?
I think so.
It says K&N.
Yeah. We'll see.
Let's find out. Actually, I don't think I have to pull it out.
There is. Look at that. Somebody actually cared about this car.
Somebody cared a little bit.
Yeah.
Wow. It's cold fat spits right there.
I know. Gain a whole half horsepower.
Oh yeah. Going somewhere fast. Looks like they were replaced recently. Somebody put that dielectric grease on it. Yeah, it looks fine. That's in good shape actually. This is recent. Did you do this?
No.
Yeah?
No,
okay.
That's good news. I actually, it's nice to hear a little bit of good news with this car.
I was going to say, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, it's the first bit of good news that I've got so far. The spark plugs are new. That's good. Everything else is
K&N filter.
K&N filter. That's also good news as well. Kind of getting a little bit sad. I kind of knew that there were issues with this car. I didn't realize that there were quite so many, but Joe here is doing a very thorough job to let me know of every single last little thing about my cheap $300 Ford Probe. If it's leaking out of the front of the valve cover, it's very likely leaking out of the back too.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. See that's all valve cover leaking. It usually causes like a lot of smoke too. I have customers complaining about like smoke coming out of their engine bay or they smell burnt oil. It's because sometimes they have bad valve cover leaking onto like their exhaust manifold. And
and I do smell smoke when you drive this car. So you do smell that for sure. All right, that's pretty much it. All right, so there you have it. There's the list of things that's wrong with my $300 Ford Probe. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to fix because this car isn't worth a ton of money. I don't know how much money I want to put into it. It runs pretty well as is. Obviously, I want to fix the safety things. I got to get that end link fixed. I should probably fix those axles. I might be okay with a little oil leak. You know, the car has 140,000 miles on it. So if this luscious boysenberry metallic Ford Probe GT were yours, what would you fix? Would you fix everything that Joe came up with? Or would you just try to pick the most important things? I'm still not exactly sure what I'm gonna do. Let me know what you would do in the comments below. Okay, I think that's gonna be it for today. I'll have more videos with my fleet coming soon. I'm gonna be doing a video with my favorite car, my 1988 Chevrolet Nova Twin Cam. I'm gonna see if I can make a few modifications to make this car a little bit better on canyon roads. And right here, my 1999 Acura Integra. I'll be doing a video review with this soon. And unfortunately, my 1986 Porsche 944 Turbo started overheating again. So I need to take care of that. And hopefully, I'll be taking this Jeep Grand Cherokee off-road soon. My 1994 Lexus GS 300 is still running like garbage. And surprisingly, my 1990 Pontiac Turbo Grand Prix is running great. There's no problems with this car at all. I don't know how that's possible. This car is actually doing really great right now. And I got a free vehicle. It's right here. You can probably guess what it is. It was free. Video on this coming soon. All right, see you later.